Panton Hill under 16 cricket club. Hello, Ty.
Morning, Chuck.
This is a very interesting clash. Mitch there standing out in the middle, addressing Al Bentley and Harry Rinya against the Thomastown United teams. Panton Hill need 36 runs to win. This could go down to the wire, Ty.
Sure could, but tell you what, if Al and Harry stick around for another 20 runs, we should be safe to say that.
20 runs, and then means you've got 2 wickets in hand with Bateman and Barfield.
Don't forget, Barfield is he can bat.
Yeah, I've never seen him bat. It's a bit surprising, actually, Ty, mentioning Barfield, because your team's a bit different from last season.
Yeah.
You lost Adam Taylor, Andrew Barber, and Andrew Alcomade, and you've been able to find Dylan Barfield. So a bit of a change in the pace attack, but you're still, and actually, even though you've lost a lot of bowlers, you're actually bowling teams out quicker, and you're actually bowling better.
Yes,
So
pretty good. I think it's because we relied on them other bowlers. Oh. Rinya gets off strike with a wild lash at
yes.
first ball back
So
to tee.
101 for 7. I'm gonna be keeping a track on the score, because this could go down to the wire.
Full toss. Just punch to sort of a
Mid off.
mid off.
So a dot ball there. Bentley's been playing very well. Another dot ball there. Good defence by Bentley. He'll keep going. It's just a matter of attacking Rinya when he gets on strike. So the target is 137, and they're 101 for 7. They brought up the 100 with the last over of the first session.
Oh, that one swung.
Swung, kept low, and this is a very interesting bowler. He doesn't seem to have much. I'll bet you and Brad and Heath, real stroke makers and sloggers, would like to get against this guy, because he doesn't look like much, just medium dribble.
Good shot.
Oh, fantastic shot by Al. We've seen that before, and it won't go to the boundary.
Oh, will it?
The camera doesn't get that
He's
far.
just stopped it.
They should run 4.
I mean, they run 3.
3. So good running there by Al. That's his third 3 of the innings. If he was playing on any other ground, probably would have gotten a few boundaries. This ground is reasonably big, even though it's very fast.
Yeah. All short.
Oh!
Rinya.
Doesn't get the run. Well, unfortunate for him. And that's the end of the over. It's 104 for 7. Multicultural bowler to continue. This must be near his end of his 10 overs for the day, which eases the pressure, because he was bowling. He looked like not much, but he bowls okay.
Gee, what happened to that? I thought it just...
Didn't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Al Bentley's figures, 34 runs at 17, after starting the day averaging less than 4 runs per innings.
Down leg. Well played.
Very well played. Al is playing very well here.
Easy too.
2 there. He's on to 29. Well, there was some serious worries about Al not taking up wickets, not making a lot of runs, but now he's doing both,
Which is good.
It's very good to see. He's maintained his place in the Money Reserve team after being blooded in for 1 game in the Money Shield.
Shot again.
106 for 7.
Not out.
Going down leg.
The umpire actually said 12 that no decision he's not going to give him out.
Well, we should say that to Luke before here.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. I don't know how you could have thought about that out. And that is bad. Al standing there in shock. Just when we were saying, Ty, that Panton could very well be winning again. Wickets fall just when Panton look to be back in it.
Yeah, but... yeah, that's... big loss.
Yes, Al Bentley out for 29, bowled by multicultural bowler.
Telekarata, what is calling.
And young William Bateman is to bat. Now, William Bateman hasn't batted in under 16 twos, so we don't know what kind of batsman he is.
I think he's not a bad batsman, he's not all terrible.
Al, and then clapped off. He did the job, but just went out just when there's still some work to be done. Still 31 runs to go. And that was the end of the over. So hopefully that's the end of multicultural bowler.
And we have Nathan Brown coming on again.
Oh, so they've changed the bowling. Nathan Brown, Solanke to bowl. So the other tall medium pacer is gone.
Shot by Harry.
Really doesn't look good here for Panton. Still needing 31 runs. Just these two and Dylan Barfield to come in next at number 11.
Short. Looks like a change of a wicketkeeper as well.
Could be.
Yeah, the wicketkeeper is now at mid-wicket.
Hope he's not planning to have a bowl. Actually, for Panton's sake, I hope he is.
Yeah. But then again, when our wicketkeeper bowled, he took 2 for.
Yes. We all know about that.
Should have had 3 for.
Yes.
No ball.
Well, we kept watching the replay and we kept getting the same thing. The no ball is for a full toss at waist height, but that full toss was only at hip height. It was about an inch, 2 inches too low. And normally umpires are very reluctant to give no balls on full tosses at the best of times. So it's very
especially with spinners.
Yes. So it was very unusual to see it given. And it was the umpire standing at the bowler's end, not the square leg umpire. So it was a completely odd thing, but it wouldn't have changed the match really. Solanke to continue.
It would have boosted Mitchell's confidence a bit more.
Yes. And it would have put
Another one down late.
You would have put Bradley in the line for bowling award. End of the over. Here we go. Multicultural bowler for his last over to Bateman.
Down leg. That wasn't really a shot though.
Yeah. Doesn't look good from here. Still the 31 runs to score. And these two don't look like they have it.
Shot.
Oh, shot by Bateman. Where's the ball?
Should get 2. Easy 2.
Good shot by Bateman. The target is now to 29. Multicultural bowler ball.
Down leg.
Down leg, that's going to be given a wide, and they'll pick up a bye.
It's 2. Well run by Rinia.
Yes. He's a little scamp. So that takes the score to 110, 27 runs to win. Nice work.
I'll tell you what, Rinia's got a very weird stance when he's running. He's very upright.
Yes. He's not a tall fella. You'd think that in comparison to Jesse Mentha, who likes to play off the back foot, he tries to stand tall. If he stood, because he's not a particularly tall player, Rinia, if he tried to stay low, then the cut shot might come into play. But he's making a bit of a mess for himself. Oh, smashed!
And that's a single there.
And of course,
Could go for 2.
under 16 standard of fielding means they'll get a misfield. And great running by Harry Rinia and Will Bateman.
Off the mark?
Yes, he's off the mark. That means 25 runs to win. With 2
Tell you
wickets
what,
in
that
it.
shouldn't have been 2. He got straight to him.
Yeah.
And he's just missed it. Good running by Rinia and Bateman.
Yep. This is where the threat lies. The other medium pacers that they have aren't very good, but this guy has the ability to get the wickets. He's been bowling pretty well today, and he did it last week as well.
Shot by Will.
Yes.
Just on the front foot. He's not scared to play shots.
Yes. That's the thing. He's not afraid to fail, and he's not afraid to play his shots if if the need arises.
Well blocked.
Yes. I think you'll have to keep this guy out and try and attack, because Multicultural Bowler or Tilakaratna has ended his spell, surely. He's finished his 10 overs, which gives him 12 for the match. So it'll be a weak, medium. Oh, nice looking shot there.
Again, he's not afraid to play shots.
Yep.
That's on the stumps. Most people just block it, but
Yes.
hopefully he can get some runs here.
He's not really strong enough to force a boundary, so it'll be a matter of good hand-eye coordination and timing for him to get those boundaries.
He could just use the pace of the ball.
Yes. Well, there's no one at fine leg, and you'd think even if he gets an edge, the slipman's not going to catch it, the gully's not going to catch it. The only problem you have is if it's too fine, it goes caught behind by the keeper. So if it's outside off, have a big flash, try and get the edge, and keep it on the ground. And you should get run, in case you hit it too well into the covers, and you should get runs at third man.
Bouncer.
Ooh.
Attempted bouncer.
And that's the end of the over, so they survive the Solanke bowler, and they'll have a weak medium pacer to score next over. This broadcast is brought to you by Mr. Milky. Get your milk at Mr. Milky. Also, JBS printers. No free printing for you. As change of the bowling, Spinny McGee.
Oh, it is the keeper.
The keeper's about to bowl. Spinner. Now, let's just have a look at the field, because after we saw last match, we think, what kind of under 16 spinners are there?
Yeah.
So, they have easy single on the leg side. He's got to be a leg spinner.
From the
Oh dear. If only I was out there. Oh dear, that was awful.
From the bowling standard of spin last week, I've got to say that Mitchell's got a chance to be the best spinner in the league. Oh, why?
Well, he's a true wrist spinner. He tries to get his wrist right around the ball and give it a turn. But he's just giving it so much air that, and he's getting turn and bounce. That's a plus.
But it's too full.
Yes.
That's better.
Yes. Now, I'm not sure how these guys are going to score against him, but if any of our batsmen were up against the bowling, I think he'd go for plenty. Left it on. He's getting a lot of turns, so he might concede a few wides. And I think getting runs on the leg side will be the key because there's no one saving one. And a very bad shot there by Harry Rinya. He fell for the dummy. Big loopy ball. And he missed it. And it was almost a full toss and he got bowled. So Harry Rinya fell for the old trap. And now they're 9 down and staring at defeat. Panton Hill 25 runs away from victory. It doesn't look good.
You know the saying, crap gets wickets.
Yes, well, we saw that last week with you and Al not getting a single wicket, but then Brad came on.
It was too far.
Yes, that's the problem with under 16s. If the standard's a bit low, then you have to have low standards to get wickets. That's why people like when Will Wenborn played at the Freeze and he bowled, he didn't get a wicket because he was too good. So that's the problem with too good bowling.
He may as well have been bowling left-handed.
Yes.
Probably.
Then he would have had a better chance of getting the wickets.
Yeah.
So it's all up to these two, William Bateman and Dylan Barfield. Now you say Dylan Barfield's an okay bat.
Yeah, well, he batted in the fours a couple of weeks ago and he didn't do that day.
Well, he'll have to come up with something here because 25 runs away from victory.
So he's that one alone for a
And a
while.
wide. So that means the score's 114, 23 runs away. They could just get a 10-run partnership. That would be enough to really put the pressure on them. Because fielding teams, when it's up against it, they are often the ones that make the mistakes. The misfields and the bad bowling. So if it's 1 wicket away from victory, the target is in single figures, the fielding teams are going to crack.
Yeah.
You're going to misfield. It's just a matter of just getting the extra runs here. End of the over. Solanke into bowl. Remember, this broadcast is brought to you by Northern Stump Removal. If you've got a bloody stump that you need removing, why not call them? And welcome back to our South Australian viewers for the first time after the 5-hour marathon of the Country Hour. Doesn't look good here. 1 wicket in hand and 23 runs to be made. And they'll get some runs here. And the big fat guys running, they might get 4. So 2 byes. Now let's take that into consideration in the scorecard. That means they're 116, so 21 runs away from victory. They just need to keep going. Don't go out. Nice, full toss, pushed away.
Should have been put away.
Yes.
But then again, we've got the time, so we don't really have to start having...
No, it's just a matter of just ticking the scorecard over. It's not like with our batting where you needed to protect a batsman and score the runs.
Yeah.
This is different. These batsmen are just as good as each other, so if anyone's going to be on strike, it could be either one of them. So it's just a matter of batting. Get as many runs as you can, as quickly as possible. But don't play any bad shots and just get the singles. Big swing and a miss. That's okay. Because when push comes to shove, you need to do those sort of things. End of the over. Spinner to continue. They've got to go for the leg side. There's an easy single if you just push it there. Oh. Out. With a spinner bowling like this, you just have to charge down the wicket. Because you can't...
Yeah, he's floating at eye level.
Yes.
That means he can get down to it.
You can't swing from where you stand. And I doubt that the keeper would be good enough to get a stumping. So if you miss it, then you've got time enough to get back. No slip and play.
Sort of a gully though.
If you can get the cut shot away, I think that's a key. And that's the end of the match. Dylan Barfield has been bowled by the spinner wicketkeeper. He picks up 2 wickets. And the players walk off in misery. And an unfortunate way to end. I'm afraid I've got to say goodbye to you, Ty Gilmore. It's good seeing you, but not a very good game.
Yeah. Oh well, that's cricket though.
Well, we were saying that during the week that the game hadn't been won and you needed to work hard, but you didn't. And I'm afraid points go to Thomastown United. You're 2-1-1. Well, I won't see you next week. I'll see you next time we're at the Cracknell Reserve.
Okay. Good evening.
See ya. An unfortunate way for it to end. The Panton under 16 cricket team have been defeated, chasing just 136. They have been bowled out for 116. Very unfortunate way to go. Coach would be very happy. I think in the end, the innings and the man of the match has to go, of an unbiased man of the match, it would go to the opening batsman, who made a 60. His innings was the key. And unfortunately, Panton Hill's upper order couldn't match it and make their own 60 and bat forever and save the match. So, Panton Hill's man of the match, Al Bentley. 4 wickets, 27 runs, fine display. And shaking hands here. This team, after such a good start to the season, have now suffered their first defeat of the season. And as we speak, the entire Panton Hill Media Centre has been emptied. The English media have quickly flown back to Brisbane quickly to see what happens in the test match. They won't be too happy when they get there. I think they'll find that again it won't be a happy result, but at least in this match an Australian team lost. So I'm Chukka Wilson, and it's time to say goodbye to our viewers from Channel 8. Well, I'll catch you next time at the Cracknell Reserve. See you then.
Now with me I have former Australian and now Panton Hill opening batsman, Blocker Wilson. Good evening, Blocker.
Oh yes, it's a lovely morning here in Panton, yes.
Yes, I suppose it's memories of all those test matches, and now you've found yourself opening for Panton Hill under 16s.
Oh yes, yeah, bring back the memories of the modern day players rather than the olden day players, where we saw some of the finest players at Panton Hill make their runs.
It wasn't such a fine day today though, with Panton Hill being bundled out.
Well, Thomastown have proven now this season that they will be competitive. A couple of good wins, a disappointing performance last week against Research, but bounced back and now looking to cement themselves in the top 4.
The Panton Hill batsmen seem to have a little difficulty coping with that swing bowling attack.
Yes, there was, a couple of loose shots, a couple of good deliveries, mostly from opening bowler Nathan Brown, who seemed to hit the deck very hard, got a bit of movement off the seam, and certainly had a couple of batsmen in trouble.
Now that's Nathan Brown the bowler, not to be confused with Nathan Brown the footballer or Nathan Brown the footballer.
Or, of course, young Nathan Brown, the footballer, in the draft this year.
Yeah. So you can see how you can get confused. Now, your own dismissal was quite a good bowler. Now, your own dismissal, you seem to cop a good one.
Oh, look, you've moved a bit off the seam there, and I seem to favourite it a bit. I was finding it quite comfortable, the bowling attack, but it's just one of those things, when you don't really get yourself out from a bad shot. Normally it's one of those shots when you get started, but it was a good ball, and unfortunately I got a touch on it to the wicketkeeper Fitzgerald.
You seem to be in two minds whether to play the cut shot or a cover drive.
Oh, look, in the last couple of games I've been getting the cut shot to come off the bat well, so I was looking to get confident early on in my innings, and a couple of shots earlier in the over, as you saw, went flying to the field but were saved, and that one just didn't really go for a full-blown cut shot, and obviously I've got that back foot defence shot, which I sometimes play, which, I was happy with the other deliveries I played in terms of footwork, but that one didn't quite get to the pitch of it, and it was a disappointing shot in my standards.
Now I think this opens up the wider question, throws the competition wide open as actually who will be in the finals, and just how good are Panton Hill under 16s. They look to be promising everything. So I think that really is the question that has to be answered.
Yes, well, certainly there's a couple of teams outside the 4 at the moment that are very capable of making finals. We saw Epping have had a couple of good games this season. Montmorency have made runs, and St Francis will have their day and be even the top teams of the competition. So it's going to be really interesting to see who does end up making the top 4 in this year.
Well, at the start of the season, the Channel 8 favourites and the experts put out the top 4 that they predicted was going to happen. But now with this win, this loss, depending on what side you're on, it really does change things. Panton Hill were labelled as top 2 position. Now the top possibility of not being in top 2, possibly top 3, comes into play. And this team, the Thomastown United, who were picked to play at 5th, now can get into the finals. It really does open things up here.
Well, certainly Riverside have been the surprise packet so far this season, but if Thomastown can compete against the tired teams, then certainly Riverside will be worried a bit, even though they've got the star recruit Travis Baker. But Thomastown today, through Fitzgerald, through Brown, through Francis, they've got those type of players that can certainly get the better batsmen out and make some good runs against the better teams, and does throw over the competition wide. I mean, Panton have got a bit of a danger game away from home next week. They would hate to lose to one of the lower teams in Whittlesea, but we'll certainly see a much better performance from the Hills.
Well, if you look at the game by game through every round, you really think that anything could happen, because Panton Hill drew with Research, and that was a game which they were favourites by far, and yet they didn't get maximum points. Now they've lost against Thomastown United, who there was a pick that Panton Hill were going to win as well. So another game where Panton Hill didn't win, where they were going to win, and now they're playing Whittlesea, who, again, they have been picked to win. But Whittlesea, when you look through the grades, they are a real wild card. Anything could happen, and you really feel that Panton Hill can't feel safe with the current ladder position and the points that they're on.
Well, it really does open up the competition, and I think it's all in the best interest of cricket. I think for far too long we've had one-way traffic, but now the crowds will start coming back, and I think the interest throughout the whole media, not just Channel 8, will be sparked, and I think we can look forward to a very exciting 2000 and 2007 season. And yes, I just think the development of young players, it's all good for under 16 cricket. One of the best seasons ever.
So, just to update you, Panton Hill bowled out Thomastown United for 136, chasing 137. They have been bowled out for 119, and I've got Blocker Wilson with me. Blocker, what's next for Panton Hill?
Well, Panton Hill travelling up to Walker Reserve, and certainly we'll be looking maybe for an edited lineup. Maybe they'll introduce Corey into the squad. But yes, they'll be looking for a much better performance, mostly at the top of the order. When you have your top 3 batsmen failing in under 16s, not many teams can pick themselves up and take the points, and that's what we saw today in the end. Even though it was a big experiment with the number 3 and number 4 batsmen, they'll certainly look for those guys to kick on and make some big scores.
It's good having you here. I am Chukka Wilson. We are at the Cracknell Reserve. This is the Channel 8 24-hour sport channel. Stand by because you're going to get the full action-packed replay of the other under-16 clash, South Morang versus St Francis. We'll see you next time.
Fielding action. Fielding action we've never seen before on Channel 8. It's out,
And he's gone.
too early to play the shot. We were wondering about that.
They need to get out. That's What's the deal? There's only one result that could have been. The league award. Now,
Shot, Brad. Great shot. Encouraging, boys.
and that's the end of McDougall. He is out for a duck, bowled by Solanke for 0. Panton nil, 4 down for 30. Jumpin Cliff Jones has just returned to the commentary box. What do you have to say about that, Jumpin Cliff Jones?
Well, let's put the cat amongst the pigeons and...
It's a candidate. And that's a huge wicket. That's the end of Gilmore. Seemed to have chopped that on, going for his defensive shot. And this is game on here. We are in for a thrilling match. Well, that was smashed. Mitchell might just take him to the cleaners.
What a shot. Shot. Brad. Come on, Brad. Friendly.
4 runs. With Panton's openers failing this match, it leaves the rest of the batting order vulnerable. So that was screamed down the round. And that's the end of Mitchell. That's a huge wicket. Fantastic shot by Al Bentley. It's a boundary.
Can keep happening.
Yes. Oh, great shot there.
Oh, it's gone through the gate as well.
I couldn't follow that ball, it was too quick. That's 4 runs to Balding. Not out. And he's out. Oh, that must have been a very close one, because bowling round the wicket, the angle comes in forward and it goes outside the line. So very unfortunate dismissal for Balding. He seemed to be playing well.
Yeah.
And just
So time...
fantastic shot by Al.
that ball's running away. It's going to go. It's going. It's going.
Boundary.
Is that Al's first for the day?
I think he scored another one. I don't know how you could have thought about that out. And that is bad. Al standing there in shock. Just when we were saying, Ty, that Panton could very well be the leg side will be the key because there's no one saving one. And a very bad shot there by Harry Rin. If you can get the cut shot away, I think that's a key. And that's the end of the match. That'll be on the highlight package. The worst delivery of the day. That'll be on the highlight package. The worst delivery of the day.